Hello all and welcome to the demo of Tank Server Automation on Power VM. Myself Aditya Sadhav and I am from OpenShift Security and Compliance team on Power. So as a part of this team we have touched various security related topics which will help us to use OpenShift features in more secured way and adhering compliance standards. So one topic that we had worked on was Lux Disk Encryption, which was a small part of configuring PCI DSS compliance profile on OpenShift, and I have already written series of blog posts for the same on Medium. Thus, if you want to have your cluster node disks to be encrypted in Lux format, or you can say unified key format, then this automation will surely of help. So in this video, I will be focusing more on automation code introduction part, and demo will be included in the next video. Now this is the agenda of today's demo. So in this demo, I will be giving brief introduction of the code repo. Further, I will be showing installation part and then post installation and validation of the Tank features. And finally, how to uninstall the Tank servers clusters. Now moving on to the background, the Power VM-tang-server-automation project provides Terraform based automation code to help with the deployment of Network Bound Disk Encryption on IBM Power Virtualization Center built on OpenStack. The NBDE server, which is also called as the Tank server, is deployed in a 3-node cluster with a single bastion host. So let's take the code repository for this automation, where you will find source code for this. Now this is the source code repository location. These are the source code files, and below the source code files you will find the readme document where all the steps are documented properly. In this automation we are going to provision one cluster having 3 Tank servers for high availability purpose and 1 bastion host. And once the cluster is provisioned, you will have unique keys for the 3 Tank servers, which you can further use in OCP Power VM deployment for having all the cluster nodes, that is master and worker nodes, Lux encrypted. Here in this code we have also added feature of attaching data volumes of size 10 GB to each Tank server for storing NBDE data. The code is written in Terraform and Ansible. Here Terraform plays major tasks like creation of host, initializing them, and basically all the tasks required for setting up the cluster. Whereas on the other hand, Ansible performs the tasks related to Lux encryption and FIPS enablement. Now let's have a quick tour of code repo. Let's see the modules included in this automation. Here we have 3 modules, namely Bastion, NBDE and FIPS. As the name suggests, Bastion module takes care of all the Bastion host related tasks. NBDE module will set up Tank servers and generates keys, and FIPS module will enable FIPS on all the Tank servers. Now let's check the Terraform providers being used in this automation. All the providers are listed in versions.tf file. Here we have used minimal yet important providers, that is OpenStack, Random and Null. OpenStack provider used to interact with many resources supported by OpenStack. The Random provider allows the use of randomness within Terraform configurations, and the Null provider to help orchestrate tricky behavior or workaround limitations. Here in versions.tf file we have also added one validation for the Terraform version to be installed on the machine before provisioning the cluster. So before provisioning the cluster, one must install the Terraform of version 1.4.0 or greater. Now let's see the installation part. Below are the steps mentioned for provisioning the cluster or start the installation. Step 1 is to start provisioning a cluster having 3 Tank servers and 1 Bastion host. But before that we need to set up var.tf vars file. Next, you can validate the configuration by executing Terraform plan command. and once it is successful, you can then start the installation by running Terraform apply command. All the steps are documented in readme file, which you can find below the source code files. So after installing Terraform of version 1.4.0 or greater, you need to download the automation code using git clone command. Then you need to set up the Terraform variables in var.tfvars file. So here in this code repository, we have already provided the var.tfvars file template, as you can see here. So in this, you just need to update the PowerVC details, which are required for making the connection to the Power Cloud. For example, the authentication URL, then the username and password for the PowerVC, then the tenant name is the project name, host group from PowerVC, that is the OpenStack availability zone, which is particular to your project. Then you can also specify the image ID. Here we have provided the rel image ID. So you can specify here rel image ID of version 8.6, 9.0 or CentOS 8, as this automation has been tested with these three distributions. Then as you can see here, we have provided data volume count and data volume size variable for attaching data volumes to all the Tang servers. As you are using the rel image, then you need to specify the rel subscription username and password. In addition to this, you need to place public key file, private key file and pull secret file under the data directory in this automation directory structure. If you want to enable FIPS on all the Tang servers, then you need to uncomment this line and make it true for enabling the FIPS. So once your var.tfvars file is ready, then you can proceed further with the installation by running the Terraform commands mentioned over here. So first you need to run Terraform init command, which will download all the required modules and providers in order to provision the cluster. Then you can validate the configurations by running Terraform plan command, which will identify errors if there are any in var.tfvars file. Once it is successful, then you can proceed and initiate the installation by running Terraform apply command. Then you can wait for the installation to complete for around 20 minutes, and once the installation is successful, then you can check the result by using Terraform output command, which looks similar to this. Here you will get the Bastion public IP, which you can use further to connect to the Bastion host. Now post installation, you can validate the Tang server features listed below, that is fetching key of each Tang server, then rekeying all the Tang servers. And once you get or you fetch the Tang server keys, then you can further use them in OpenShift PowerVM installation for making the cluster nodes looks encrypted. All the keys for all the Tang servers are stored at a specific location on Bastion host. So you can fetch all the keys for all the Tang servers from this location. Then in order to rekey all the NBDE servers, you can follow this set of steps mentioned over here. First you need to connect to the Bastion host by using the Bastion public IP retrieved from Terraform output command. Then change the directory to NBDE server and run the playbook with the rotate keys variable using below command. So this will regenerate or rotate keys for all the NBDE servers. But if you want to regenerate or rotate key for only a single Tang server, then you need to follow steps mentioned over here. These set of steps are similar to rekeying all NBDE servers. The only additional step is to create inventory file having a single IP of that Tang server for which you want to regenerate the key. And then you can run the playbook with the rotate keys variable using the below command and the newly updated or newly created inventory file. Once you are done with using the Tang server keys in which you have retrieved from the automation and then reusing in the OpenShift Power VM installation, then you can destroy the server using Terraform destroy command. Now this is the basic overview of the code repository. If you wish to add any enhancements in this code repository, then they are always welcome and it is open to contributions. So in this video, I have covered the introduction part for the Tang server automation on Power VM. In the next video, I will be focusing on demonstration of the installation and use of Tang features. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.